So the contributor personality development program is not something that is new in GTU. In fact, this program was originally developed for GTU approximately 9 years ago. Back in 2011, I think close to 1 million GTU students have already undergone the program. Now, so let me tell you background. जैसे बताया, it's been running for now almost 9 years in your university itself. एक आध साल बीच में ड्रॉप हुआ था जबकि नया सिलेबस बी का अनाउंस हुआ था. नॉट ओनली इधर, आफ्टर स्टार्टिंग इन जीटीयू इस प्रोग्राम को हम आईआईटीज में भी लेके गए. आईआईटी दिल्ली में चल रहा है. अब हाल ही में बीपीयूटी, जो कि जैसे आपके यहाँ गुजरात में टेक्निकल यूनिवर्सिटी जीटीयू है, उड़ीसा में टेक्निकल यूनिवर्सिटी बीपीयूटी है. बीपीयूटी में भी अब कंपल्सरी हो गया यहाँ की तरह बी फार्मा वगैरह में. ना केवल वो, हमने एआईटी के साथ काफी डिटेल्ड हमारी बातचीत हुई पिछले साल, जिससे क्या हुआ है, एक हमारा उनके साथ एमओयू है. अंडर दैट एमओयू they have asked us to take it to all technical colleges and universities in states across the country. So they have approved it. They have seen the results of what has happened. GTU में क्या हुआ है, IIT में क्या हुआ है, और उन्होंने हमारे को ये पार्टनरशिप की हमारे साथ, एक एमओयू साइन करा, जिससे क्या हम दूसरे कॉलेजेस में जाके भी प्रचार कर सकते हैं और बोल सकते हैं कि एआईसीटी अप्रूव्ड है, आप भी अपने कॉलेज में की. ऐसे ही हमारे को बीपीयूटी ऐसे ही मिला. इसी दैट इज हाउ वी गॉट इनटू बीपीयूटी. So that is number one. So in Indian colleges, अब it is a well established program. A, B. ये प्रोग्राम इन अ डिफरेंट वर्जन, अलग वर्जन में बड़ी बड़ी कंपनियां अक्रॉस द कंट्री में चल रहा है. इट हैज बीन a similar kind of program has been done for 2 lakh people in State Bank of India. It has been done for 85,000 people in TCS. अब we are doing it in Tata Steel. So it is not something that is a purely academic thing. ये हमारा जो इन सब कंपनीज, बड़ी बड़ी कंपनियों के साथ में काम किया है, इनके साथ जो एक्सपीरियंस मिला हुआ है, इसको हमने इंटीग्रेट कर दिया अपने प्रोग्राम में. और हम प्रोग्राम रिपीटेडली टाइम टू टाइम अपडेट करते रहते हैं बेसिस द एक्सपीरियंस एंड द फीडबैक दैट वी आर गेटिंग फ्रॉम इंडस्ट्री. सो इट इज एन इंटीग्रेटेड industry academia kind of a approach we have got in the build of this program. It is not a theoretical program. It has come from our experiences of what is it that the corporates are seeking from the students, from technical engineering students today. And finally, we have been continuously revising, and our latest revision of the program, जो मैं आपको आज present करने जा रहा हूँ, is a post-COVID version, which is a purely digital version. आज की तारीख में वी डोंट नो कब तक ये क्लासेस ऑनलाइन चलते रहेंगे, तो हमने डिसाइड करा कि वो वाले वर्जन के साथ काम करना बहुत मुश्किल होगा टीचर्स के लिए, उनको बहुत मटेरियल वगैरह बनाना पड़ेगा. सो व्हाई डोंट वी क्रिएट अ कंप्लीटली ऑनलाइन वर्जन so that is available for teachers. It can be also used in the class, but definitely necessary when we are doing in a digital mode or on an online. So this is some of the backdrop of the फ्यूचर रेडी कंट्रीब्यूटर. इसका एक और इंटरेस्टिंग पॉइंट है, ओरिजिनली प्रोग्राम का नाम सीपीटीपी है, कंट्रीब्यूटर पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम. इसका नाम हम बदल रहे हैं और इसको बोल रहे हैं फ्यूचर रेडी कंट्रीब्यूटर्स कैसे बनाए जाए, बिल्डिंग फ्यूचर रेडी कंट्रीब्यूटर्स. क्यों हम बोल रहे हैं ये भी हम प्रोग्राम में आगे जाके देखेंगे. द फ्यूचर आवर स्टूडेंट्स विल बी एंटरिंग इनटू. व्हाट इज द फ्यूचर, व्हाट इज दिस, ये नया जो आ रहा है दुनिया, what is this like, what is the world of work that students will enter, the role we can play as educators, the new contributor personality, उसका elements क्या है, how can you deliver such a program simple or effectively. This is from your point of view. Student को क्या मिलेगा and next steps क्या है. That is our point number 6, how to get started. So this is what we will cover in the session today. What is the future our students are entering? Now, if you look at this picture on the right hand side, you see one man or one boy on one surfing board, ऊंची waves के ऊपर surfing कर रहा है. The issue is that there has been a lot of change that has been happening in the world over the last decade, 2 decades. You know, industry automation आ गया, internet आ गया, अब machine learning, AI वगैरह आ गया, जिसके कारण lots of old jobs are going away, new jobs are coming. But what has happened in the last 3-4 months is something that has never been seen in the world. not only in terms of industry but in general. And the turbulence that we are witnessing is unprecedented. Now the question is, as we are entering this kind of uncertainty, will your student manage to stay on top of the wave? वो wave के ऊपर सर्फ कर पाएगा कि engulf हो जाएगा उस पानी के अंदर? That is the big question. And that is why, because of all this change and uncertainty around us, we are saying the goal of the program that we are giving you is to enable your student to continue to surf on the wave, even though the waves are becoming higher and higher, and not get drowned and engulfed in the wave that is coming before us. That is our goal. The future of work is challenging. What are the challenges? Challenges हैं क्या क्या जो अभी हमें नजर आ रहे हैं going forward? One of the challenges is careers themselves are changing. अगर आप पिछले ज़माने में देखेंगे तो क्या होता था, एक बंदा अच्छी एजुकेशन लेता था अच्छी यूनिवर्सिटी से, उसके बाद एक बड़ी कंपनी में ज्वाइन कर लेता था और धीरे धीरे स्टेप बाय स्टेप कंपनी की लैडर क्लाइंब करता था. लकी होता था तो सीईओ भी बन जाता था, नहीं होता था तो दूसरे लेवल तीसरे लेवल तक 30-35 साल में he would manage. Now that situation is changing. So one of the challenges is that there are many new opportunities opening up. So there is the whole world of startups that we are seeing nowadays. So many people going into. There are very unusual specialized roles that are coming up. And yes, the old hierarchical organizations also exist. The thing is, are we open and have we kept our eyes and ears open to all these new opportunities that are there before us, or are we still blinded by that large company mentality कि भैया मेरे को तो Infosys join करना है या TCS join करना, नहीं हुआ तो it's at the end of my life. So that while it's a challenge, but it's also an opportunity. The second thing we are seeing, and more so after this last 3 months COVID experience, the models of work are changing. So पहले क्या होता था, बड़े बड़े offices are there, hundreds and thousands of people are all working together in big offices, 9 to 5, 9 to 6, 9 to 8, 9 to 10, whatever time they have to work. So everybody knows where everybody else is. The bosses know कि वो इधर काम कर रहा है, ये काम कर रहा है. But in today's world, so many people are working out of home. And the interesting thing is, as companies have started working out of home by force for the last 2-3 months, they're recognizing कि भैया इनको लाने की जरूरत क्या, उनको वहां से ही काम करने दो ना, मेरा रेंट कम होगा, मेरे ऑफिस एक्सपेंसेस कम होंगे. Many companies have decided that no boss, I will have a small core even when things become normal, who will be out of office, and a large number of people will continue to work out of home. So that is a new trend that we are seeing emerging as we talk and work with corporates. Now, इसका challenge क्या है? When people are in front of you, na, you know what you're doing, you know what they're doing, you can see that. So, there is a sense of control. When people are working out of home, you don't know वो कर क्या रहा है. Mute पे रख के, किताब पढ़ रहा है कि स्टोरी सुन रहा है कि खाना पका रहा है. You don't know what he's doing. So what happens in this kind of a circumstances that employees are saying, look, I want tangible outcomes. ये मत मेरे को बोलो मैं 9 बजे 6 बजे कंप्यूटर के आगे बैठा हुआ था. Tangibly तुमने क्या मेरे को दिया? So this desire and the demand from corporates is increasing. Can you give me tangible outputs and outcomes? So that is one thing that is happening. The second thing that is happening is that a lot of the work is being farmed out, not being done by the company itself because it becomes too expensive for the company. This gig economy आ गया है. और गिग इकोनॉमी ये हो रहा है, लोगों को कॉन्ट्रैक्ट मिलते हैं, छोटे छोटे कॉन्ट्रैक्ट असाइनमेंट्स मिलते हैं और दे हैव अ डील विद यू और वो काम करके और चले जाएंगे और आपको देके एंड देन यू यूज दैट इन व्हाटएवर प्रोडक्ट और सर्विस दैट यू आर सेलिंग और मेकिंग बिजनेस आउट. नाउ इन दिस वर्ल्ड अगेन द कंपनी इज वेरी क्लियर, बॉस जो भी मैंने तेरे को असाइनमेंट दिया है, जो भी मैंने तेरे को डिलीवरल दिया है, अगर तूने वैल्यू नहीं क्रिएट किया, अगर तूने यू हैव नॉट गिवन मी व्हाट आई आस्क्ड, मैं तेरे को पैसे नहीं दूंगा. एंड ऑफ स्टोरी. इट इज नॉट कि कंपनी की सैलरी तो मिलेगी, मैं काम करूं ना करूं, आधा करूं अधूरा करूं डबल करूं. सो अगेन दिस गिग इकोनॉमी वाला जो ट्रेंड है उससे भी क्या हो रहा है, इट इज बिकमिंग मोर एंड मोर दैट द फोकस ऑन वैल्यू, द फोकस ऑन क्रिएटिंग सम आउटपुट डिलीवरेबल इज बिकमिंग स्ट्रॉन्गर एंड स्ट्रॉन्ग. सो दैट इज द थर्ड थिंग. A fourth thing which we have seen, and simple examples like Uber has completely changed the way transportation is done. How we treat taxi drivers has completely changed. People like Amazon, people like Flipkart have transformed retailing. अब कोई जाता ही नहीं है दुकान पे खरीदने के लिए, तो सब मंगा लेते हैं, वर्क होम डिलीवरी, सस्ता का सस्ता भी होता है, and very often convenient. I don't have to carry stuff. So there is a huge transformation happening in these industries, but equally transformation is also beginning to happen even in the traditional industries, where a lot of our students typically go. So what happens is when business models are changing, practices are changing, then in such a situation, what does an employee do? The only way an employee can actually sustain himself and have a sustainable earning capacity is if he continues to create value. Value creation is the only mantra that will save people and give people a sustainable career in the world tomorrow. Because we don't know what business will collapse, what new business will come, unless and until you have the agility and you have the focus of making a difference, creating value, you are always under threat. So this is the new world that we are entering. So in this world, what are the expectations from employees? How are they changing? Three things. Some of the leading companies are using what is called a contributor mindset test to assess employees and place them before their mindset profile. We ourselves have designed a contributor mindset test for Aditya Birla Life Insurance Company, where this was for these frontline sales people, जो insurance insurance sales agent होते हैं, agent के ऊपर होता है frontline sales का, उन agents को manage करना. So the idea was they're saying, look, boss, this is we are in the business of money. If the person, what they found was, if their FLS, the frontline sales guy, is not a trustworthy person, he does not give sustainable business. वो पॉलिसी लेके आता है, बट एक साल बाद वो कैंसिल कर देता है, बिकॉज वो झूठ मूठ बोल के वो पॉलिसी लाया. So they're saying, if we want sustainable business, then we want people who are very high on trust conduct. So what they did, they asked us to design a mindset test which checks for this. And such of those people who got below a certain threshold, they rejected them. They didn't even interview them. So this is the direction in which industries are going. B, more and more companies are connecting salaries, promotions to value creation and contribution. Not just कि भैया स्किल करा क्या या क्वालिफिकेशन, आईआईटी से है तो होगा यार, ठीक है, शुरू में भी यू विल गेट सम बेनिफिट, बट अल्टीमेटली the person who get ahead in the company, get promotions, get bonuses is the one who delivers value. Not just because वो तूने 22 साल की उम्र में एक बड़ी अच्छी डिग्री में 80% आ गए तो मेरे को सारी उम्र में तेरे को देता रहूँ. Doesn't work like that anymore. People want value. Organizations want value because they're also under pressure to create value. You see, flabs are reducing. The flab available with the companies are reducing. See, organizations are becoming more agile and responsible to deal with market changes. So now the point is the customer is becoming more and more demanding. So if the customer is becoming demanding, then I have to continuously be responsive and change and be agile. But how can an organization be agile if its people are not agile? So the organization is demanding that, look, boss, I want agility. I want you to be adaptable. If you can't be those things, you can't keep changing as my business and business model changes. I don't want you anymore. So agility is another big thing that is being demanded of people. So people are asking, organizations are asking for a positive mindset, a productive mindset. They're asking for creating value, and they're asking for people to be agile and adaptive. That's what is the expectation that employers have from our children today, from our students today. So now the question is, how do we equip our students for a career in this kind of changing world? How to make them future ready? How to make sure that he stays on top of the wave and doesn't drown inside the wave? And what is the role that we as educators can play? Let us examine that for a minute. So if you see this diagram, what you will see is there is a gap between education, which is on the left hand side, and the world of work is becoming wider and wider. So for ages now, universities, technical institutions have been giving a lot of domain knowledge, technical knowledge, skills, practical knowledge, all these kinds of things that people have been giving. And they've been doing a reasonably good job and they continue to do it. But the problem that has happened is, in addition to this, that future readiness is the second demand that the world of work is making. Because for them, uncertainty is more and more. You would have heard of the term VUCA, increasingly complexity, new challenges and opportunities. So they want a workforce of the type I told you: positive mindset, creating value, agile, adaptive. So for them, domain and engineering knowledge, technical knowledge is not enough. They want domain and technical knowledge plus this. Now, as an educator, we can be the bridge between the students, technical education and the world of work. That is the big opportunity. So that's the question. Can we, along with giving them domain and technical training, also build the capacity to deal with the future world of work? Left to themselves, if we don't prepare them with this second part, which is about dealing with the future world of work, the poor chap will have to swim across this sea, which is between the academia and the world of work, and that is infested with sharks. So उस बेचारे को swim करना पड़ेगा. What the contributor, this future readiness contributor program is doing is, it is creating a bridge which you can use as the educator, as the faculty, as the teacher, to help him smoothly, safely navigate across into the world of work. That is the role and opportunity we have as educators, using the contributor development program as a weapon, as an instrument to help the students. How CPT can build capacity to deal with the future of work? So how will we do it? That is the next question. ठीक है, हम करने को तैयार हैं, but कैसे करेंगे? So there are 6 outcomes that we are chasing. The first outcome we are chasing is that it's about combining values and effectiveness at work. We have to combine these two axes. One axis is creating value and being effective. The other axis is human values we must uphold. So one of the outcomes we seek is, how can I help people work more effectively in the workplace? And for this, there are 4 pillars that we teach them. That boss, at work, you must focus on delivering results. You must have human concern. This is the collective. We are not machines in the company. You must strive for excellence, and you must create a trust surplus so that we can work harmoniously, we can work effortlessly. We work with joy and not, in fear. So these are the 4 pillars that we teach them in this idea of working more effectively. The second outcome is this whole thing about shifting from a static identity to a dynamic identity. I won't go into the details of the technicalities of these 2 things, but what does this do? What it does is, it helps the student become more agile and flexible, which is, remember, one of the things that the organizations were asking for, so that they can adapt to the fast changing demands of organizations. So this is the second outcome we are chasing. The third outcome we are chasing is this business of taking charge, of being a creator of my destiny rather than becoming a victim of circumstance. So here the goal is to help the student take ownership and responsibility wherever he is working. Doesn't matter if he is working in a university, he is working in a company, big or small, but take responsibility and take ownership wherever and stop complaining. That's the third big message. The fourth message is this shift that we want people to have from having a very narrow definition of success to a sustainable success definition. The idea is to help them make better choices in their life that lead to long-term career fulfillment and lasting success. ये नहीं कि मेरे को 5,000 रुपए एक दूसरे बंदे ने सैलरी और दे दी तो मैंने जंप मार दिया. Think of what is giving me longer term success. Maybe वो आज 5,000 कम दे रहा है आपको, but maybe the opportunities for growth, for becoming stronger, gaining technical knowledge, gaining managerial knowledge are much more in that job today. और 10 साल बाद आप कहीं आगे होगे दूसरी जॉब से. So think of the long term. Make choices which are good for the long term career fulfillment of the individual. The fifth outcome is around career choices and career development. So the idea here is, like I said in a few slides earlier, there used to be very limited types of opportunities that were available in the world of 20 years, 30 years ago. But today, there are large number of hidden opportunities. So the idea is to open up these hidden opportunities that the environment has to offer, so that these guys are freed from that herd mentality के boss या तो मैं TCS या Infosys ज्वाइन करूंगा, नहीं तो मेरी तो जिंदगी बर्बाद हो गई. You want to take them away from that silly idea. It is no longer true. The sixth outcome we are looking for is to expand role contribution. So what we are saying is work is not about just taking instructions, following orders. Work is about giving you an opportunity to contribute to your own self growth, evolution, to contribute to your team, to contribute to your customer, to contribute to your organization, to contribute to society. So help them shift their thinking of work as a burden to work as an opportunity to contribute is the shift that we want to make. This is the sixth outcome that we want to drive home with students. So these are the six things around which the new contributor personality development program is built with the aim of making them future ready as they step into the world of work. Okay, so this is the broad outcomes that we see, the learning outcomes that we see. What is the curriculum like? So what we have done is in this semester, that means the fifth semester, in the new digital model, given the constraints of digital, we have redesigned it and we have created 6 units, each of 2 hours. How? So your current period duration may not be 2 hours, so you will have to adjust. They are broken, each unit is broken into exploration, so you can break it up to suit your timetable. So what are the 6 units? The first one is about the contributor's work idea, where we talk about the 4 things: results, human concern, excellence, and trust surplus. The second unit is going from victim to creator of destiny. It's called identity and self-esteem. Sorry, that's the fourth one. This second one is about the agility angle, which are agility and adaptability. We talked about that. The third one is about from victim to creator of destiny. It's called become a creator of one's destiny. The fourth is called achieving sustainable success. We talked about this from short-term success to look at the long term. Fifth one is about career development model, which is about opening my mind to alternative career possibilities. And the last one is about expanding contribution, not taking work as a chore, not taking work. I don't come to work to make a living. I come to work because it gives me an opportunity to fulfill myself, to grow, to evolve as a human being. So that's the six. So these are the 6 units that students will go through. Each is 2 hours. How is it taught? Now, this is very, very, very important. You cannot teach people new ways of thinking, new ways of behaving, new practices through a TEL program. How much we try as parents to tell our children, do this is good for you. करते हैं क्या? आप खुद ही सोचो. So changes in thinking and behavior cannot be done in 10 minutes. It has to be done, as we are seeing on the right hand side, through a process of discovery. So what is this process of discovery? There are 3 kinds of discoveries that happen. One is you give people spaces for reflection and thinking. Think for themselves. So bottom one. The second is you allow you allow students to discuss through peer groups. What we have seen is that especially at the age when you get students, college going students, the single biggest influence on a college going student is another college going student. It is not his parent, it is not necessarily his teacher, but peers are very strong influencers of thinking. If you want to influence thinking, so we use a lot of peer group discussion. And the fourth is teacher facilitating these discussions. Sometimes they could be large groups also, not necessarily small groups, and give input into the process of discovery. So they give a structured input. They're not telling, they're offering. The teacher's role is to make sure the process is followed, and the teacher's role is to offer possibilities, to offer choices, to show what happens if you show consequences, not tell. So that's the new role of the teacher that we see in this kind of program. If we want this kind of change to happen, if we want to make our students future ready. Okay, so how does this play out? Sounds nice. How does it play out? So what we do is in each unit, to reach the outcome that has been mentioned for the unit, students are enabled to bring changes in their own thinking through a discovery process, and for this, multiple learning pathways are available. I've given a sample, there may be more also. So one kind is a design exercise where they think and work together to build solutions, or there could be real life scenarios where they're given a scenario, they have to make choices, or there are self-assessment tests. So we give online self-assessment tests, which tell a person very easy. So suppose you have a scale of victim to creator of destiny, a 5-point scale. Where am I on this? Am I on point 3 or am I on point 4? So there are self-tests which tell you where you are. Once you know where you are, then only you can improve. No? So what is measured is what can be easily changed. Then last one is learning from one's own experience. So while they are students and they may be only 15 or they may be only 20, 21 years old, but they've had their share of experiences, and their stories also often become very powerful triggers for learning in a structured discovery kind of. So these are the typical types of learning pathways that we adopt in this program. Okay. So the next question, which is of course very important for you as faculty, that how can you deliver such a program in a simple and effective way? That's the question we want to address now. So the program is based on a digital platform which has been created by us. We'll give you a short demo of the platform also. It's called Pedago. It is supported by more than 20 years of research in scalable training. And content has been delivered in various forms to more than 2 million people. As I said, in GTU itself, we have touched close to 1 million people. We are doing a program for school children, 7th, 8th, 9th, which touches 1 million children every year. It is a program that is certified by CBSE itself, and it is running in more than 5,000 schools across the country. Likewise, we have touched more than 1 million people in corporates, places like TCS, what I mentioned, SBI, etc., etc. So there is a huge amount of experience we have over the last 20 years in doing it across ages, across domains, and we bring that to the table in the way we have designed this digital platform, which we will be giving you. And by the way, it's free of cost. There's not one single paisa that the college or the teacher has to pay. Okay, so as a teacher, you can use these modules to conduct remote classes using a web-based conferencing facility or screen share. So how it works is there is a pedagogic platform. You access course content online after you password login. Then you invite people into a class through some kind of collaboration tool like Zooms or Teams, what we are using right now, or Skype, or whatever you are comfortable. Then you share the screen course content in that screen, and all the students who are sitting remotely at home can have access to it and also dialogue amongst themselves.